So my name is Rachel Scoma. I'm the Executive Director of Canvas for a Cause, and today we were lucky to have coalition partners from the LGBT community, including Canvas for a Cause, San Diego Alliance for Marriage Equality, and Better San Diego Business Associations, all coming together as an LGBT coalition to speak out and urge people to vote no on Proposition B because it is harmful to LGBT families. There are lots of reasons to vote no on Prop B, but what you haven't heard is that this will specifically have a disparate impact on LGBT families because marriage equality is not a reality in California, and it's not a reality in 50% of the states across the United States. And what that means is that they do not have access to Social Security survivor benefits. So if we switch to a 401k, not only are they have the ability to one day opt into Social Security, but they're not going to have that security of their partners like is a privilege of the heterosexual couples who can get married. So we're here to speak out in conjunction with labor about Prop B and urging everyone to vote no on June 5th.
My name's Jersey Deutsch. I'm the Director of Programs with Canvas for a Cause, and I'm here to speak out against Prop B on behalf of LGBT families. As an LGBT organization, it is our duty to mobilize our community when we are under attack. We have heard many reasons to vote no on Prop B. It'll cost the city about at least $57 million to implement, money that could be going into our schools to combat LGBT bullying. It will embroil the city in massive litigation because it is possible to vote for a 5-year pension freeze, and it takes away guaranteed retirement and replaces it with 401k. So the fate of our elderly will rest solely in the hands of Wall Street bankers. A very risky thing to do. There are many reasons to vote no on Prop B, but what you haven't heard is why to vote against Prop B to support LGBT families. Because gay couples can't get married in the majority of states, including California, they do not get certain protections like federal Social Security survivor benefits. So in addition to having no safety net of our own, because Prop B converts our guaranteed retirement into a 401k, gay city workers, we can't even rely on the Social Security of our long-term partner if and when our partner dies. It is our responsibility as an LGBT community to remind voters when the detrimental effects of the Defense of Marriage Act directly impacts our friends and neighbors. For no reason, Prop B opens the door to make our families less safe and less secure. Currently, under the California law, domestic partnerships receive some pension survivor benefits. In this way, LGBT couples working for the city and who cannot currently get married in California are protected under the California law. If Prop B passes, this protection is lost. There needs to be reform. But let us not fool ourselves and blame the problem solely on city employees and at the expense of LGBT families. Vote no on Proposition B, because Proposition B is bad for the LGBT community, for the LGBT friends of our community, and for LGBT families.
The LGBT community cannot afford more cuts. We need HIV treatment, medication, and research. We need social services increased, not decreased, and already our community, due to same-sex marriage rights not being recognized by the federal government, are denied many economic advantages. We already entered the workforce at a disadvantage. Although open discrimination against LGBT people for employment may be illegal in California, it still occurs and is still legal in over half the country. Housing works in the same manner. Although it may be illegal to deny us in this state, it is still happening. Homophobia is still an issue, even here in California, as the passing of Proposition 8 showed. Meanwhile, 63% of perceived to be gay students or gay students are subject to violence or harassment at school. We are more likely to drop out of high school, and this again puts us at a disadvantage within the so-called job market. Proposition B is not about saving us money, the workers. It is about saving them, the bosses, labor cost. Their propaganda would have us believing the politicians who say that this will save us tax dollars, when in fact, Prop B is not about saving taxes, but freezing wages for the next 5 years.
Marriage equality itself is a labor issue. Right now, even if you are a union member, if you happen to be in a same-sex relationship, you are not allowed to put your partner on your benefits. Prop 8 has created second-class union membership. Therefore, Prop 8 is and continues to be an anti-worker and anti-LGBT. LGBT and labor will always be stronger when they work together. Now, in 2012, we face Prop B, which, if passed, will strip away the guaranteed retirement pension of city workers and replace it with a 401k plan. Under California domestic partnership law, LGBT families can receive survivor pension benefits. Now, all of this is at risk.
I've been a proud civil servant of the City of San Diego for 24 years. I'm currently a building service technician at City Hall. My job is important because I maintain city facilities for the residents of San Diego and visitors, making sure that they are safe and operable for everyone. Building service technicians, we're the eyes and ears of City Hall. Come upon occasion to help people many times. I remember a time when my partner and I were driving back to the yard at the end of the day where we witnessed an accident where a car rolled over, barely missing a tree. I was able to squeeze in through the wreckage to help a little boy who was hanging upside down in his car seat. Someone else pulled the mother out. We pulled him to safety. And I did that as a proud civil servant. We are stretched thin at the city. All departments have been cut drastically. We are working with less resources and more responsibilities. We haven't had a raise in over 5 years, and with Prop B, we won't have another one for 5 years. That's 10 years without a raise. That's not right. That is nowhere near right, and it should not be tolerated with any company. City employees are taking a bad rap when we are the ones that keep this city going. We are the ones that make sure, things are maintained safely as to the best of our ability with the resources that we have. We keep this city going, and we should not be punished for it. We do our job. We've taken pay cuts. We've made concessions. We're doing more with less. Yet, city managers are getting raises left and right because they're taking on extra duties. Well, my thing is, you show me a department with an average worker that hasn't taken on extra duties. We all have. We're all doing our share. And this has to stop. Prop B is bad for San Diego. It's bad for everyone.
First of all, I want to thank you all for being here when LGBT and labor get together and we fight, we win, don't we? The city of San Diego is a great employment opportunity for blue-collar workers, both men and women. And Prop B would eliminate the opportunity for good blue-collar career jobs, not only in sanitation, but in water, in wastewater, in the building trades like Bridget is in fire and police, in the parks. Don't be fooled. As was said earlier, Proposition B is going to cost you. That's why the independent city auditor refused to sign off on the fiscal impact of Proposition B. Why? Because it's a lie. It's going to cost over the next 30 years as much as $1.4 billion. $54 million in the first 3 years at a time when the city needs the money the most because of this recession. It's going to do nothing to fix the budget problems, and it's going to do nothing about those $100,000 plus pensions of top bureaucrats that you hear so much about, as if your garbage truck driver gets a $100,000 pension. No way. The taxpayers will be putting money right into the pockets of Wall Street and taking it out of city investments. It'll be great for ambitious, extreme politicians like Carl DeMaio, but it will destroy good middle-class jobs, opportunities for for blue-collar workers, especially women, especially LGBT workers, to have a good career at the City of San Diego, and at the end of their career have something to look forward to so that they don't be retiring in poverty and end up out on the street somewhere. And don't forget to vote on Tuesday, if you haven't voted already, against Carl DeMaio and against Proposition B.
This is a coalition effort between labor and the LGBT community to speak out against Prop B, because Prop B is bad for city workers, and it is specifically bad against the LGBT community because of the prejudice that we face by not having access to marriage equality. It is unacceptable, and you must vote no on Prop B if you stand with the LGBT community. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Yay!